I used to be a stud. If you pay attention, you've been my friend on TikTok for a while, then you will know that I was in a marriage with a woman for 11 years. I was the man. So when it comes down to it, no, I did not get appreciated. I barely got loved. It was horrible. So that is why some men come out here and be just doing their own thing, don't even care, because, bruh, the experience was. No woman is just out here trying to help her man.
We've trained men to fear women. This is something I wanted to talk a little bit about. It just came to my mind, and I realized that we've now raised multiple generations of men to fear relationships with women. If you look at how men are behaving today in society, most men are choosing not to have relationships, not to date, and it's a very serious thing. Before we continue, guys, don't forget to follow us over on Rumble. It's linked in the description of the video. And also, go and check out Angry's Crypto Academy to learn how to buy, sell, and trade crypto and make massive profit. It's also linked to the description of the video, and you can scan the QR code on the screen to check that out. And of course, guys, like the video, turn on notifications, and hit the subscribe button to help push us out into the YouTube algorithm. Let's continue. So most young men today are choosing not to date, not to have relationships. They're not even going to parties anymore. And then you have a lot of young women who are now entering into a certain age, and they're basically like, you know what? We're like, we want to get married now. We want to have children. We're now serious in our 30s or 40s. And I think that men just basically exist to serve them and make them happy. And it's understandable because women were not raised to be wives and mothers. Women were basically raised and conditioned to view men as these providers, that basically they're just there to provide, to give women things, to do for, to do things for women, but they were never conditioned, they were never told how to treat a man. And I find that interesting. There's a video from Antoine Daniels, I believe that's the name of his channel, and I'll link him in the description of the video. This young lady breaks it down pretty well.
Because to me, like, I used to be gay. A lot of people don't know that. And I don't care. I used to be a stud. If you pay attention, you've been my friend on TikTok for a while, then you will know that I was in a marriage with a woman for 11 years. I was the man. So when it comes down to it, no, I did not get appreciated. I barely got fucking loved. It was horrible. So that is why some men come out here and be just doing their own thing, don't even care, because, bruh, the experience was shit. No woman is just out here trying to help her man. She expects her man to just do for her. And it dawned on me, like, when women were growing up, I don't know one woman that was raised to know how to treat a man. I don't. I know that when I was being raised up and the people around me that was being raised up, our mamas taught us to pay attention what to look for in a man. Pay attention to how or what he has, 6 figures, a car, a house. Nobody taught us how to love him. Nobody taught us how to take care of him when he's down. Nobody taught a woman how to fucking nurture their man the correct way. We were just taught to look. We were just nurturers by nature. Nobody was taught how to nurture no man. But we were definitely taught to look. Pay attention to what your father does. He's got this job, he's got that job, he's got these cars, he's got this house, he takes care of mom. That's all we was taught to look for. And a little bit of love that you see in the house. What the fuck?
So basically, what this person is saying is that they were in a relationship with a woman and they weren't appreciated, which she now can see and understand exactly what men go through, because guys every single day put their lives on the line. They make sure that they dedicate themselves to ensuring that the kids is taken care of, that the woman is provided for. And a lot of times women are all me, right? They're complaining online. I just did a video just a couple minutes ago about the whole Aisha Curry and women that are saying that they need to have a whole phase, and oh man, relationships is work, and y'all probably think that they're in a fairy tale and it ain't really like that and all of this other stuff. And basically what they're doing is they're sharing trauma, right? They're giving each other bad advice on how they're supposed to be performing in a relationship based off of their own bad experiences, and so they trauma bonding. And now you having women that are saying that I used to be gay, but now I went back to being with men so that I can be in my feminine energy. But at the same time, I got a better understanding, a better grasp on how I'm supposed to operate in a relationship with a man, because men are underappreciated because they actually experience it themselves and they're not even sure that they were taught how to appreciate a man. It was only how to identify the thing that you want and go and get it.
You see, guys, there's no real there's no real future for most men right now for in relationships. He's Antoine's like, and I get what he's saying, but here's the thing. What she's really saying is that I was in a relationship with this other person, and guys, many of you guys won't believe this, but many years ago, I don't have the video anymore, I interviewed a woman who used to be in a relationship with another woman, and she basically talked about her experience and how hard it was on her. And now she's in a relationship with a man. She's still attracted to girls, but now she shares her collection of girl adult content with the man that she's in a relationship with, because she said she could just never do it again. There's a popular YouTuber. I think it's like Anna something or the other. I cannot remember her name. She has like millions of subscribers. She's been on YouTube for quite some time, and she started talking about her relationship, going on dates with girls, because basically she enjoys dating both guys and girls. And she said that she went on a date. She's actually a beautiful woman. She went on a date with a woman, and she said that when the girl treated her really poorly on the date, and then when the bill came, the young lady didn't even try to didn't even try to pay. And she's like, wow, now I know what you guys are talking about. Like women really don't treat you very well when you go on dates. There was a woman who basically was like talking to her friend, saying that it's easy for you to find a girl on Tinder. It's just that you're not doing the right thing. So her friend, that's what she said to her male friend. She said, fine, here, you take my pro you go ahead, create an account on the platform, and you basically pretend to be me, and you can do all the talking for me. Okay. And she did exactly that. And within a few days, she was saying how negatively she felt towards other women, because she was treated so poorly on that platform when pretending to be a guy. She has never experienced anything like that in her entire life. She was totally, the way that she was treated by women was just unbelievable. No, most women cannot don't know what it's like to be a man. There was a woman years a number there was a woman, I forget her name, but she pretended to be a man. She did an entire movie about it, where she pretended to be a guy because she wanted to prove that men have it easier than women. And she basically dressed like a man, and she lived like a man for like 2 years. And in the end, the effect that it had on her was so traumatic. And some of you guys know who I'm talking about. I could go and look up her name. And what I did for you guys, because I know you're like, I really want to know, it's Nora Vincent. I know, because I know how you guys operate. Someone would have said in the comments, it was Nora Vincent. She was a journalist and author. She wasn't a filmmaker, but she did make a documentary. And she conducted a bold social experiment by living as a man for 18 months. So it wasn't quite 2 years, but it was over a year. She documented the experiences in her 2006 book, Self Made Man, which explored male identity, privilege, and emotional isolation from a first hand perspective. Vincent adopted the persona Ned and immersed herself in male only spaces like bowling leagues, therapy groups, and dating scenes. What she found was far from the stereotype of male privilege. She described the experience as emotionally grueling and psychologically taxing. Her insights challenged assumptions about gender dynamics and sparked intense debate. Tragically, Vincent passed away as a result of the self control alt deletion at the age of 53 in 2022. She was only 53. That's insane. While some online narratives suggest her passing was directly caused by the trauma of the experiment, the ChatGPT says that the reality is more complex. She had long struggled with mental health issues. guys, and her passing reflects a broader conversation about empathy, identity, and the toll of immersive journalism. So it basically, even as it tries to twist it, it then goes on to admit that it was directly linked to her time, trying to her time passing herself off as a man and trying to experience what men experience. She actually says it in the movie that it was a very damaging experience and that she was trying to now reconnect with her identity as a woman, and she started doing things like photo shoots, but she just never could lick it. The experience. See, guys, that's something about women. Women are not designed. They are not built to experience life the way that men do. They are not designed to experience the life the way that men do and see the things that we see and to be treated the way that we are treated. Because if women go through what men go through, and the world is so cold to women and the way that it's cold to men, for us to be surviving right now as men, it's because we're designed to suffer. Women could never, ever, ever survive what we've gone through for the last couple of decades. Guys, in a world pushing you to own nothing and be happy, crypto is your key to survival. Join Angry's Crypto Academy to master buying, selling, and trading crypto. Make huge profits and safeguard your wealth. Plus, discover the one crypto virtually no one is talking about, poised to create new millionaires in the upcoming bull run. The link is in the description of the video below. Go check it out now.
There's something wrong with the TV. Yeah.
Then why are you calling me? Because you're the tech guy. Aren't you getting an IT degree?
There's something stuck on the screen.
Okay.
Care to explain why you have a Tinder profile?
Not right now. No, I don't care to get into why I'm so miserable in our marriage. So I feel like I had to get a Tinder account with our kids around. Okay, I'm trying to get them a bath. You're literally holding our 6-week-old baby. No, I'm not trying to explain this right now. When the kids go to bed, sure. We'll talk later though. Not right now.
Do you notice how quickly she deflects? You notice how quickly she starts talking about being miserable in the marriage and the relationship, and they'll talk about it when the kids have gone to bed later. So basically, it's his fault why she has that profile. Me, 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 me. This is why I said we've trained men to now fear women. We've trained men to no longer trust women. We've trained men to not want to have relationships with women anymore. And all of this is because of the decisions that society made, decisions that women have made, decisions that our fathers made. Our fathers were weak individuals. They were not strong. They were weak. And this is the reason why we are where we are right now. It's sad, but it's true.
I don't want to work anymore. I don't want to work because aren't we supposed to be frolicking around in the woods, gathering fruit and baking bread and fucking each other? Why am I worried about my 401k? Why am I paying $407 a month in health insurance? Why is my car payment $588? Insurance for my car $212, and I've never been in an accident. Knock on wood. Like, I don't even want to get into my rent. Why? And I get that people are going to be like, well, just live somewhere cheaper. Okay, calm down. So I'm going to live somewhere I enjoy. But also, like, why did we set this shit up the way that it is? Why? Like, I just don't think I vibe with the majority of the way we've set things up as society is all I'm saying. I'm not vibing with it currently. So that's all.
I'm not vibing with it currently. Just to let you guys know, she has an Only Fools page. I mean, well, here's the thing, because I know how to spot Only Fools. I know how to spot an Only Fools individual, and yeah, she has an Only Fools. I'll explain. I'll break it down. I'll break it down for you guys. What occurred was I saw the video and I was like, yeah, she's tatted up. Let me go, because this was a video I posted on, I believe, X. So it's amazing that I'm finally starting at calling it X instead of Twitter. So I saw the video on X and I was like, yeah, she's a decent looking chick, but she's tatted up, and a lot of these girls have OnlyFools. So I went over to, I found my way over to her Instagram, and then from her Instagram, like, oh, there's no link to OnlyFools, but it's like, oh, what's her name? Let's see. So we just take her name, we just toss that into DuckDuckGo, and we basically do a little search to see if there's anything related. And yeah, she has lots of content. And when I say content, I mean like it's not just like the kinds of pictures that you said that a girl will send to her boyfriend. Oh, no. Like we're talking about like working in the industry content. All right. So it's like what ends up happening is a lot of these women, they live that life and then they basically try to, because like for whatever reason, they fail out of Only Fools. They try to return to the real world. And now they want to find husbands. They want to find boyfriends. They want to start a family, but of course, like they act like it's a mystery when they have a history. All right. So she has a history, and that's how it is for a lot of these young ladies. They have these histories. They live those lives. They were about that life, and now they want to live the simple life with a husband. But of course, not just any husband. He still has to be a Chad. He's still or a Tyrone, because don't forget our a Poncho. But he's the well. Let me put it this way: the guy that they want to be in a relationship, the guy that they want to, that they have feelings for, is basically Chad, Tyrone, and Poncho. The guy that they want to marry has to be basically good looking. He has to be at least 6 feet tall. He has to have a six pack. He has to make above six figures. So when she talks about frolicking in the woods and making whoopee, yeah, that's no. What they're taught that's what Chad and Tyrone. That's what Chad, Tyrone, and Poncho, because they love little Poncho. They love little Poncho. But for the rest of us, she's looking for a guy to build her life off. And of course, they leave out their history. They act like it's a mystery when they have a history. Okay, but they don't bring that up on the first date, the second date. Heck, you can walk them across the aisle and you won't ever find out about it until the internet is forever. The internet is forever. It's sad. It's a sad and it's a miserable thing. And I find it to just be astounding how most women just take it so simple. But men have basically been conditioned. As men, we have now been trained to fear relationships with women, to avoid relationships because we don't know how that's going to turn out. We don't know what's going to happen. It's crazy, but that's just how it is right now. We have been trained this way. And that's the reason why you have women who are saying on social media, I want a boyfriend. I don't want to live this life anymore. But it's not going to happen because, they're going to have to basically work hard and figure out how to pay their bills and be Miss Independent and understand there's no one coming to their rescue. There absolutely is not. But something I just want to point out, it's completely unrelated, but tell me how powerful ChatGPT is now. Like I'm working on the thumbnail for the video. Like as I'm making the video for you guys, I'm working on the thumbnail. Yeah, like you have to multitask, bro. You have to multitask. Like I'm working on the video for you, and I took a screenshot of this exact picture of exactly what you're looking at right now, and I put it into Chat GPT, and because I have to, and I needed to make her crying, and this we were able to just transform that into this. Like this is the power of Chat GPT. Like holy cow! Like guys, no way in heck can you tell me that if you didn't know this came from Chat GPT, you would not think that this was a legitimate actual photo. Okay, like maybe like you'd have to really look very carefully and say okay, well maybe the eyebrows are a giveaway or little details. But if I didn't tell you right now, you would think this was a real picture, an actual real image from the video still or whatever of her crying. Like I mean, talk about the technology. But guys, yeah, we've trained men to fear women. And it's not going to really get much better from here. Let me know your thoughts. We'll talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away, and cheers.
Nothing says you care like crypto. Nothing can compare. Nothing says you care like crypto. Oh, nothing can compare to crypto.